So you're making the best of the law school. Everything law school has to offer, you've taken care of and made sure there is some flavor of it in your CV. Very nice, Mehdi. And then you have to show your CV in one direction that, okay, like I am just interested in disputes, I'm just interested in competition. And as a law student, then it becomes difficult for you to explore, which is a very beautiful thing. Because fourth year, I remember Professor Madhav Menon had come to our college, and he's the founder of the concept of NLUs. He was the vice chancellor of NLS Bangalore as well as NUJS. So Professor Menon used to say that utilize your 4 years in the best manner to explore, and then the fifth year should be for streamlining in that one direction where you want to join, so that you are also ready for the industry. Let's say you want to join a chamber, then in your final year just intern with the same chamber, so that when you're joining, you're already updated with what is happening in the background, and you're ready to assist them. Similarly, if you want to work in a law firm, in your final year, be associated with the same firm for a long duration, so that even before you join, you have some background idea as to what is happening. And from day one, as the associate of the firm, you're ready to help them. Of course, learning process never ends in a field. So, Mehdi, however, there is one very interesting question a lot of people might be interested in asking you is the discipline factor. How did you balance? Because college के साथ internships, though I'm not a big fan of doing 10 internships together, I always say that do two, but maybe do long term, or like आराम से करो, whatever is your caliber, जितना load ले सकते हो. Over commit करके under perform करने से बढ़िया तो under commit करके over deliver करो. But you mentioned the best names, and during lockdown, like I saw Pradeep sir's LinkedIn, I saw Soumya's LinkedIn. Soumya is an excellent mentor when it comes to teaching people about basics of contracts and all. Even I get to learn so much from her posts and like few YouTube videos which are there. So you picked the right set of mentors, and also the famous ones on LinkedIn during pandemic for offering internships. Very smartly done, but very nice. Gaggar and Partners, PNA, you mentioned some of the very, very good firms in terms of the amount of clientele base they have. And a lot of people, a lot of young students, major mistake they commit is, again, they don't think beyond the top seven. If you ask me, to be very honest, publicly I'm saying this on record, that TNA and Nishad Desai were the two dream firms for me. So the moment you mentioned I interned at TNA, I was like, oh wow, like and there is another very interesting story. So till the end of fifth year, I wanted to intern with TNA, but I was not able to get it. And TNA was the last internship I had confirmation with, and I, being a part of my RCC, had blacklisted myself because I had to drop PNA. So I did secure PNA towards the end of my fifth year through RCC. But then at that point of time, I needed a break. Like I had been constantly interning, and I was like, no, I don't want to join the cop sector. I want to join the forces. So I need to take a break to think, because I've been constantly interning. So that internship, despite even securing that, I was not able to join them. So very good experience you mentioned. But how were you balancing? How were you balancing for past 1 year without getting exhausted, without putting a lot of pressure on your mental health?
How was I actually balancing it? It was, when I now see it, it's like it was like a smooth walk for me, because I have nothing in my life for that matter. It's just career, and then career, and then family. So I was at home. I was at peace with my family. I was enjoying the time because my mother is a working woman. So like I never got time with her. So this lockdown and this 2 year situation, it gave me a lot of time to be with her. I was mentally so much at ease and peace. I was like, okay, now this thing is set. I need to set my career. Studies were going on online during the lockdown. So what happened was that I was able to do, the fact was that I didn't do much internships during the course months. It was just the year internship which I did during my semester months, because which it was a 3 month internship. So we get a month internship break, but it was a 3 month commitment. So I said that okay, it's a long term internship, and I will be learning a lot from that. So with that, I actually did was that I told the associates that, see, I am actually doing the college also, and I'm doing the internship also. So I will not be available from 9 to 4. post that I will be available. So you can assign me work from 9 to 4, but I will be delivering it to you till 10. But I will deliver it to you in that particular day only, on the asked time only. But just don't ask me for the work in 9 to 5 only. You submit from 9 to 5, and we'll assign you in 9 to 5 also. They were very cooperative. They gave me like a week long works and 2 to 3 day long works. So I was able to manage it in that manner. Apart from that, one thing I knew was that if I stopped right now thinking with the fact that I will be able to make it, I won't be able to make it. I've seen from my past that I even told you that I always get back just by 2%. In my 10th, I got 9.8 CGPA. In my 12th, I got 88%. I was like, why? Why this 2% is so pestering? I was like, why can't I just get over it? So I have this thing in my mind that I don't know, whatever happens, I just need to stop when I achieve what I really want. If I'm not achieving what I really want, I'm not going to stop, because it was something, it always pestered me. I'm like, why is it not happening? Why I'm not able to get over that 2%? It's always that number 2 which is just lacking, and I'm like, nah, still the thing is the same. I don't know what happens. I don't know what it takes. It's like going to the college. During the PNN internship, this happened with me. They said that come to the office. I was like, sir, I'm actually having my college and I can't leave it. But I don't want to leave the opportunity also. I'll give the maximum time you want, but please make the internship virtual. And thankfully, they accepted my request for that purpose. And with PNN internship, what happened was my college is from 10 to 4. So we went to college from 10 to 4. Whenever they gave the work, maximum time it happened was that I was in class and they called. So I made a habit to give back the calls, the missed calls, which I missed during the classes. So the confirmation even was happened in that manner only. The HR called and I was in class and I was not able to pick the call. And then when I called back, he was like, okay, so you are this. I was, yes, sir. He's like, okay, I was willing to have a small talk, and then post that we'll confirm your internship or whatever we think fit. And I was like, okay, sir. Then post that I got the mail after 2 to 3 days, and after they accepted my request also, and it went so smoothly. Even I got a 1 week break during my PNN internship from college to go home, and they gave me work. During I was in bus traveling from Shimla to Delhi, I kept my laptop on my lap and I was working. The uncle next to me, he was seeing my laptop. Are you watching something? I was like, no, calm chal raha, uncle, please let me do it. It was so funny. And he was like, in the train, I was from Delhi to Kanpur, I was traveling through train. I was working because I said that, sir, I'm not able to give it till 8. Give me 2 to 3 more hours and I will do the work. When I gave him the work, he said, these are the modifications required. These are the additions required. Please add it. Then I was on my way and I was doing the work. So it took a lot of me and a lot of dedication in doing things, because obviously the academics is also important, because vivas are there, midterms are there, everything's there, and you can't just ignore the academics for the sake of internships. If you don't have good grades, internships won't be that fruitful, because you don't know the basic knowledge, because theory is as much as important as the practical knowledge is, because without theory you can't actually do the practice or you can't implement it. It was a game of balance. It was just that how you maintain the balance is the important thing.
Superb. Like, I am getting so energetic listening to all of this. Now, you viewers might have two thought process. One school of thought would say that no, as a student, you should breathe, and like this might lead to a toxic work culture style, that you're not having space, you're traveling, also working, and all of that. But the other school of thought would actually understand where you're coming from. That at this stage, if you understand your responsibilities, it is not that you were forced to do it on the way or something. You were just given a deadline and you chose to have that balance, that ठीक है मुझे घर भी जाना है, travel भी करना है, at the same time deliver भी करना है. This sense of responsibility is something, the earlier you get it, the better you'll be, and especially in the corporate field. Because if we are aiming to work with big law firms where time is always of a lot of essence, because मूवीज में जैसे दिखाते हैं ना कि लॉयर्स लिटिगेशन में ऐसे मतलब बस अपनी फाइल्स पढ़ी हैं एंड जस्ट एडजॉर्नमेंट्स ले रहे हैं. कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर डज नॉट वर्क लाइक दैट, एंड इवन एक्चुअली द गुड लिटिगेशन चेम्बर्स डोंट वर्क like that. They'll always be on their toes, running here and there, doing some work or the other. So if you understand the essence of time for your client, and then develop that habit even from internship phase, that is the best skill you can have. Because when on day zero the firms are hiring you, they are not hiring you as a trainee, they're hiring you as a future prospective law firm partner. And who's a partner? Partner is somebody who can, चलो ठीक है, BMW, Mercedes and वो सब fancy चीजों के basis पे तो लोग सोचते हैं partner बनेंगे ये सब मिलेगा. But at the end of the day, the partner is also the person who will bring business to the firm. And you cannot bring business to the firm if you're not good at networking, if you do not understand your duties towards your client, if you do not understand the importance of time. And these are the three skills I would say you already have. Getting internships arranged through LinkedIn, through your own network, finding out ways. There would be at the same time many people who would just crib about how they did not get enough opportunities because they couldn't crack CLAT with top ranks. And on the other hand, we have a student here who's built her roadmap on her own, not a not a second gen lawyer, first gen lawyer, right? You mentioned, and beautifully creating her journey towards reaching Tier-1. Many, it was a very interesting conversation so far. I've already taken a lot of your time. Just one important thing, because I feel that most of us learn through our mistakes. So somewhere during the conversation, you mentioned that previously you had missed a Tier-1 firm's interview, and therefore this time you were not very sure how the results would turn out, right? So what was the mistake you committed earlier which you were able to identify, introspect, and then work upon so that you were able to secure this opportunity?
So, ma'am, actually, what happened was that during my first interview of a Tier-1 firm, the interview was about like it was a general conversation as it happens. Actually, it was like, how are you, how is everything, what have you all studied, what have you worked in till now, what are your key interest areas, do you have, then the question was, do you have you interned or have you done any work for IBC? I was like, yes, ma'am, I have done work. IBC, I've done 2 tasks actually in my entire internship situation till now. And then she asked me to explain the tasks to her. While I was explaining the tasks, because when I told her that this was a proposition of the entire case that was going on, and I was asked to research on this particular section and everything. When the conversation ended, then she asked me then I asked for the feedback. Then she told me that, see, you don't have to be nervous, because I was actually nervous. It was but first interview for a Tier-1 firm, and what I was told from my seniors and everybody who I asked for help and they helped me through were like, nobody has got it. No, it is a very big opportunity, you need to be so prepared for it. I was so tense, I was so hyped up and pressured that when it happened, I was fumbling while telling my own thing. So she said that all you need to do is, even if you're telling the right thing, if you fumble, it's showing that you don't have confidence in what you're speaking. Or like, if you fumble, it's just that probably there is a glitch in what you are speaking. You're not clear about what you're speaking. Even if you're saying a lie, if you're saying a wrong thing, say it with such confidence that the person in front of you doubts his or her own knowledge, that, oh, this might happen, okay, this is how things will go. I was so under pressure, and that's why I fumbled with the things I did work on. I was not clear on how to explain what I had actually worked on and how it turned out to be fruitful and learning experience for me. So when she told me that, I kept that thing in mind for the second interview, for the second Tier-1 firm, and that's what actually gave me the push. Yeah, I don't need to sound like trying to be confident. I need to sound that I actually am confident in that conversation. That's why when they asked me that, oh, tell me about yourself, I told, okay, my mother is a government teacher, my father is a distributor of ice cream, he has a business of ice cream. Then he was like, okay, will you bring us ice cream? I was like, sure, sir, if you get me selected, I'll give you ice creams. And then laugh through it, though it was a very risky statement, like, okay. Then when I was like, okay, sir, I'm positive about it, you were giving me the internship and I'm getting the ice creams. We laughed about it a lot. They were joking, and I was like, sir, I'm still not able to, I just lost the track of the joke. And he was like, okay, well, now we need to stop joking around and we need to ask questions. It was a very good, that was something, the feedback which I got from her, it was a very necessary feedback also, because if I didn't have asked for the feedback, I might have never known what actually was the problem or where I actually lagged, because I thought I knew my CV well, I knew the work I've done. But then she actually pointed out that all you need to do is you need to be very confident and very thorough with what you speak. You need to know your next words like anything. No, the person doubts the knowledge of his or her own while they listen to you. And that's what happened with the second internship. They asked me a question in the interview regarding CPC section 9. And then I was like, sir, he said, okay, you can refer to the Barrett. I was like, sir, I just read CPC this semester and I'm preparing for my exams also. So I might know it by heart. If it's okay, I can tell it like that only. And he was like, yeah, we love the confidence, of course. And I actually had studied CPC for my exams. So I just told him that this is about public nuisance and everything. And he was like, okay, nice, that's okay. He just asked me one question and he was like, I'm so happy by your confidence and the thing which you told us about, that if you have that smiley face, that good positive vibes and aura coming out of you, the person will naturally be inclined over taking you. It just happened in that manner. And I was like, okay, just one question about actually the work and the statues which we were asked to, and that helped me through. So yeah,
And
being
that too, I
confident in
think
something.
section 9 must have been somewhere mentioned in your CV only, right?
Yes. In the last P&A internship, I was asked about it. I did a work regarding that. As you told that we have to be specific about what the work we have done from that particular legislation or statute, and we have to write, even if we are writing about a case law, then which case law and which section it referred to in what statute. I did it exactly in that manner, and that's why he asked me that you just tell me the brief of the case, and first you tell me about the section, and you can refer to the Bear Act, because we all know that people don't remember, and CPC is a vast subject. And I was like, sir, I just read it, so I know it. So can I tell it? And he was like, okay, sure. It happened really in that way. It was a very natural thing that came because of that feedback which I asked from the last failed interview. Feedback
That's
that I
an
asked.
excellent approach because, like I always say, there's nothing as weakness. There's always scope of improvement, right? So you were able to identify that, and that's why you should actually never leave that question blank towards the end when they ask you, "Do you have any questions for us?" Because that is when you give them an opportunity to speak and like share their perspectives. Also, you were constantly mentioning this thing that. The other person might doubt their knowledge. At times it is not even about doubting. See, law, the first thing law school teaches us is there is no right or wrong. It's all about perspectives. So it might be that the associate, when they're asking you a question, they might have one particular perspective. But if you're very confident about your side of the grass, right, that it looks green from this side, it might be brown from your side, but from my side the grass is green, then the person might actually be interested in accepting that perspective, that yes, it could be true. So great talking to you, Maideni. Thank you so much for taking our time. And I'm pretty sure this video is going to be very, very useful for most of the students because all those people, especially from not top NLUs, all those people in their third and fourth year, who do not know how to structure their CV and who are still doubtful, can we explore or do we need to restrict ourselves? I think this video would be very helpful to them. You've answered most of those questions. So thank you so much for your time and all the very best for your upcoming internships. I'm pretty sure you'll be easily able to crack big firm PPOs or whatever your dream job is. And
I
do
just
keep us posted. Yeah.
hope, and I would like to actually thank you and the entire team of YLCC, because they just reviewed the CV, they gave me the updates and everything. Whatever, it was all just a mixture, and I knew that I was doing the things when during the growth camp I joined you. Some pointers which you told, I was actually doing them already, but what with I was lacking some pointers in doing those things. Like I was having a LinkedIn profile, I was approaching people, but the right way to approach people, the some ingredients which I missed were actually taught by you, and that actually I think that helped me enhance what I was and how I was presenting myself in that manner. So I really, really thank you for everything and the team at YLCC, and I just hope that whatever I get, the credit goes to you. first
Thank
and
you. Thank you.
foremost.
So sweet
Always
of
told
you.
you.
Honestly, the saying is that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So it was you, आपकी भूख थी सीखने की. So we just vibed together and you ended up reaching here. So I'm so happy you gave us an opportunity to contribute to your growth and all the very best for your future. Keep us posted.
Thank you, ma'am.